There's a silence that comes with growth, not the peaceful kind, the kind that exposes what's real. You start noticing things you didn't before, how certain people stop showing up, how conversations that once flowed now feel rehearsed. We all have friends we've known for decades, the ones who saw us before the polish, before the confidence, before the clarity. They were there for the rough drafts, the bad ideas, the impulsive risks, the dreams that kept us up until 2 a.m. Back then, life felt infinite. The group chat was alive. Everyone had potential. Everyone was going somewhere. But somewhere along the way, some people stopped moving. The texts slowed down. The calls faded. The energy shifted. At first, you take it personally. You replay every conversation, every promise. You wonder, what did I miss? But here's the thing, it's not personal, it's positional. You're evolving, they're not. And evolution always creates friction with what refuses to move. That doesn't mean they're bad people. It means the connection stopped evolving. Growth creates distance, and distance reveals truth. You start to see who really supports your momentum, and who only claps when you stay the same. It's uncomfortable to realize that not everyone who started with you is built to finish with you. Some people loved your potential, but they don't recognize your progress. They liked the idea of you, not the discipline it takes to become you. When you level up, you force people to face their own stagnation, and not everyone is ready for that mirror. That's why growth can feel lonely. It's not punishment, it's pruning. The old branches fall away so the roots can deepen. There's a subtle grief in realizing that the people you once built with no longer build at all. You remember the future you dreamed together, how it felt like all of you were chasing something bigger. But now, when you talk about what you're building, the room goes quiet. They nod, but no longer see what you see. And that's okay, because sometimes silence is sacred. It's the sound of separation doing its job. That realization that they're no longer meant to walk with you isn't loss, it's liberation. Because the moment you stop waiting for them to show up is the moment you start showing up fully for yourself. That's the threshold of maturity, when validation stops being your oxygen. You stop chasing understanding, you start building alignment. Here's the principle. Don't chase people who fell behind. Build systems that attract those moving forward. Because systems outlast sentiment, and momentum respects structure. If your direction is clear, you don't need to convince anyone to follow. Those meant to move with you will catch the signal. You don't need to be louder. You just need to stay in tune. Every season exposes new alignment. Every stage of growth invites new players. You'll meet new collaborators, new mentors, and new friends, people who don't judge you based on your past. They'll recognize your energy, your discipline, your integrity, and they'll match it. Because real alignment feels effortless. You don't have to shrink to fit, you expand together. But to attract that, you have to clear the space. You can't receive while clinging to what's expired. Some chapters don't end in conflict. They just fade quietly when you've outgrown the room. And that's not arrogance. That's evolution. You're not better than anyone. You're just on assignment. When you're building something real, you can't afford to live in emotional debt. You owe no explanations for your growth, only gratitude for the lessons that shaped it. The truth is, most people don't outgrow relationships. They outgrow versions of themselves that those relationships were built around. And when that happens, you have to let the old bonds breathe their last breath. It doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop caring. You can love someone deeply and still not walk the same road anymore. That's maturity. That's grace. Because life isn't about holding everyone close. It's about honoring who's meant to stand beside you in this chapter. And if they're meant for the next one, they'll find you again when the timing aligns. Until then, keep building, keep refining, keep becoming. The people meant for your next level are already watching. You just haven't met them yet. They'll recognize your frequency, the moment it reaches them. And when they do, it won't require explanation, just recognition. So don't lower your volume. Don't dim your discipline. Don't apologize for acceleration. You're not leaving anyone behind. You're leaving behind what no longer moves. And that's not coldness, that's clarity. A world will test your loyalty to old versions of yourself. But purpose will demand evolution. You can't stay in park and expect to reach new destinations. Keep evolving, keep adjusting, keep driving forward, because what's ahead of you needs all of you, not half. The future doesn't wait for comfort. It rewards momentum, and the people meant for that momentum. They'll meet you on the way. This is Gritletter, where principles meet progress. Subscribe for weekly insights on clarity, mindset, and systems for builders who move with purpose, because growth is never an accident, it's engineered.